Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. While I was in London, I went to visit a friend of mine, took the train out, and she has an incredible doll collection. I'm talking some amazing art pieces. And while I was there, she generously allowed me to film a tour of her doll collection to show you guys and share with the world so you guys could see it. Now I'm going to jump right into the tour here. The sound quality is not the best. I filmed it with my phone. I didn't take my real camera on this trip because I was trying to save on space, but it was totally worth filming. It's worth watching even with the bad sound quality. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to jump right into it when we get to her house. This is Kiki by PashaPasha. And she is a gorgeous, made out of acrylic. Look at this outfit. I love everything about her. And the acrylic is sort of luminous. It's got like this see-through sort of quality to it. It's not see-through, but it's got this luminosity to it that's really beautiful. And look at the smoke on the cigarette. I think that's so cool the way they did that, because when you back up, you can see it looks really like smoke coming off the cigarette. And the materials that Pasha used for this skirt, of course I love purple and pink, but you can see how gorgeous that is combined with the green. I think the colors together look amazing. You've got the little green skull there, and the sculpting is just gorgeous on this doll. Look at her face. Very, very signature Pasha sort of style here. Just a gorgeous creation. Now her name is Kiki, if I didn't already say it, but I just want to show you guys like her shape. I'm going to back up a bit so you can see her in the full frame here. Isn't she stunning? Oh, I love her. But I just love seeing Pasha's artistry, you know, outside of BJD's, and she has so many gorgeous pieces in her collection. It's just a treat to get to see them. But you can see all the mixed materials here, the way this is done. You can kind of see that. But she's fixed. She doesn't move. She's just fixed on the stand. She's just so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Here's another piece of Pasha's. I want to say earlier, this is from 2016. And this piece is called The Littlest Boy. And he is, I believe, 3D printed. Kind of looked at him and saw some of the striations that you see, especially with some the early 3D printed stuff, but he is just so cool. First of all, look at that sculpt. It's very much giving, you know, that's very Pasha, very signature. The nose, the lips, the eyes. Now his head is a bit bigger, so his head is a bit bigger in proportion to his body, which I really love. You know, I love Blythe dolls though. So I think that's so, it's so fascinating to see. And he's very lightweight. I held him earlier and he's not very heavy. And it's the material that, I think it's PLA is the type of material that he was printed with, according to Pasha's Instagram. And he came displayed on this blue chair. So I think that's also pretty cool. Like he's just, now something that she paired with him that he didn't come with, this came with one of the Carousel Girls, is this, the PashaPasha crate. But I think it looks so good with him, like, together. Now, another of Pasha's earlier works, this is a porcelain doll. So you can see here, the face is still, I look at it and I still see, like, Pasha's signature style in there. Now, she's porcelain. She was meant to be an Alice doll. You can see that on her Instagram back from 2013. But I think they gave up on that concept, and they sort of did, when my friend bought her, they kind of redesigned her and gave her this outfit, and just, she's really, really pretty. She's got very long legs. You can see here, kind of those long legs and long arms. And you can move her arms, but they're not, she's not like a ball jointed doll. So she's got, you can see the joints at the shoulder, so they're movable. But she's not hypermobile, I guess, because she is porcelain. So she's more of a little bit movable sort of piece, but not hypermovable. And then she got her in one of those studio clean outs that they did recently. And she has a gorgeously painted face. Now this wig is by Fenty Fu, but you can see how pretty she is. So this is Sanity. I think she's 3rd generation Sanity. As you can see her teeth. And then she's got her in one of these bodysuits. I think the way she styled her is so cool. I think this, like the color of the shoes looks so good with the resin tone and with the green bodysuit. Like she just looks amazing. I really love her. She's so gorgeous. Now, let's look at another earlier work. This is, I believe, also 2016. Her name is Valerie. Now you see that face and you know that's a Pasha face. And she is 25 inches tall. And you can see she's very, very much like the BJD. So you can see the hands. She's got rings on her fingers. And those are like the default hands that come with a Pasha BJD. And then you can see there the knees are like not exactly the same sculpt, but a very similar sculpt. And then you can see the feet are very, very similar to the flat feet that come with the BJDs. So she is very cool. And she is, Pasha posted about her on Instagram that she is printed nylon. So she's like heavier, but she's so gorgeous. I love seeing, this is really like a museum of Pasha's work. You've got some early pieces. You've got true one-of-a-kind pieces. I say true one-of-a-kind. Pasha's art dolls are one-of-a-kind, but you know, like these are not all from the same mold. Like where the one-of-a-kind BJDs, they come from the same mold. These are actually, you know, all individual one-of-a-kind art pieces, which I think is very, very cool. In this cabinet, we've got Trulu from the Alice collection. They were like there was the Trulala and Trulu that were like the Tweedledee Tweedledum. And again, you've got this cool smoke effect with the cigarette. I think the way Pasha does that is really cool. It really brings like a sort of animation, like a likeness, I mean, to the art. You can see all the amazing tattoos there. It's just incredible. Like you could look at him and discover something new every single time you saw him. And the rings on his fingers. And then this beautifully detailed outfit and boots that he has. You can see that. And then I want you to see all the little buttons here. Pasha loves those delicate gold buttons. They're really pretty on these dolls. The scale is like perfect. Very difficult to button them up though, but she sends those button tools, which is like a fingernail art tool that can help with that. And then this is Diamond Baby. She's changed her look up a little bit. You know, one of the things about Pasha's dolls is she likes it to be artwork you can play with, and she does change the looks of her dolls up from time to time. So you've got her there. You can see she looks really, really cool. Look at her nails. I really love her nails a lot. They look so cool. And her shoes. But I really, really like her. She's just like really gorgeous. And then this was the wolf. Also, she's played with her and changed her look up a bit. Now this is also Sanity, but before her mouth was open. So I don't know if that's 1st gen or 2nd gen. Can't remember. But I want to say 1st gen because my Sanity, I think, has more of an open mouth than that, and she's 2nd gen. I could be wrong, but she's really beautifully done. I like the freckling that she has on her toes, but I like the freckling that she has on her body. You can see here. It's really gorgeous. She's a very, very pretty doll. So just a treat to see all these in one place together. You can see them here. This is one of the Carousel Girls, Nata, and you can see she's gorgeous. And Carrie had her add some earrings to her. But look at this. Look at her nails. I just love looking at all the little details here. And just wait till you see the details on the skirt. I really love them. I've been looking at all these little, I don't know what you would call them, badges, the decorations, but you see here, there is a green skull, if you remember. We just saw one of those on Kiki. And then also, just look at these here. There's another skull, which I kind of noticed here. Look at that. I think that's so cool. And also, if you're a nerd like me, there's a little bit of a hidden Mickey here. You see that? It's kind of funny. But there's just so many different designs of these. So they had to make each one of these and then attach it here, which I think is so cool. They're just really pretty. I'd love to have these as like, it'd be cool if Pasha made, I'm so into bag charms. Like if she did some bag charms like this, that would be nice. But, and look at the horse. Got all the drawings on the horse here. But this piece in person, so I was telling Carrie, it's magnificent. Really, this is such a magnificent, it's huge. It's just a statement art piece. It really makes me wish I had made it to Fashion Week to see the Fashion Week exhibition, because I know that those were big statement pieces like this. And I really love it. Like, she's so gorgeous. And there actually is a Carousel Girl still available. Similar to this one, but dressed in blue. If you guys are interested in getting one, the workmanship is amazing, and just all the little details. You know, you can kind of look at this for hours and not notice everything that she's got going on, because it's just so, there's so many little details to notice. All the rings on her fingers, the jewels on her fingernails. Yeah, she's outstanding. In this cabinet, we have the Candy Crush girls, and this is Lollipop. You can see her. She's so gorgeous. I love the Pasha dolls with freckles. I think they're really, really pretty. And this one has the blue lashes that she uses sometimes, which I also like that. So you can see. She's dressed very similarly. Well, they all are. They all have a similar style to my bubblegum. So I think that's cool that we both have dolls from this. I have a doll from this collection, so it's kind of cool that I think there's one other doll in this collection somewhere out there between the three that she has and the one that I have. Chocolate covered strawberry, if I didn't say that already. And then cotton candy. See her there. I kind of like the way they do have like the candy colored shoes and the candy colored outfits and the, you know, the different accessories there. She recently acquired this girl from Splattergirl. You guys may have seen her on her Instagram. She did an exhibition in London, which I just missed by like a week, I think. And she's so cool. I love everything about her, like the red and the way that she does her faces. Splattergirl is another one of those. Her work is very signature style. And so I think that's really cool, that you can kind of like recognize her work. Because a lot of the custom Blythes sort of start to look the same when you look at them all. But her work is very unique. There's not anybody
that really does anything similar, and you immediately know that it's hers because it's very signature. So I think she's very cool. And she did go to her exhibition in London, which I think is cool. I was just asking her about it. So, but yeah, I missed that by like a week or so. But it's very cool that I get to see her in person. So it's kind of like I got my own little mini exhibition here, which I love. And also, she's got her Manorata doll headphones. I have a pair of those in pink. Now we are on to her Popovy case, which is incredible. I have one Popovy left in my collection, but looking at hers, now I want to go buy all the sculpts. Look at this Landy. She's just stunning. So beautiful. I love the way she styled them all because she has styled all of these individually. And the way she's just put them all together is so incredible. Got a little owl back here. Just gorgeous. And I'm hoping I don't mix up the sculpt names because I'm very prone to do that. Peewit here. Gorgeous. And then look at Tawny Owl. This is the pearl gray color. She's just stunning. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I feel like I'm in a museum and I'm like in reverence of these art pieces because they're just so gorgeous. Then we've got Magpie here. She's also stunning. And just look at like the detail on the outfit. It's gorgeous. And then Boney back here. And then Cuckoo, the back there. They're just all so gorgeous and they look so good together. Then we have a whole other section here. Look at her Tawny Owl here in purple. She looks so amazing in purple. And the paint job on her is just incredible. She's just gorgeous. And it's by The Ugliest Wife. Another Tawny Owl. Tawny Owl is just such a stunning sculpt. It's really gorgeous. And then she has Venus, solid body. Isn't she outstanding? It's really, really gorgeous. I love the little delicate shoes. And these stands, by the way, are by Anastasia Fashion Doll. Some of the wigs are by her as well. They're here. I just love these. We've been standing here actually talking about them probably for the last 30 minutes or so. I'm just incredibly in awe of how gorgeous. Look at like this bejeweled rhinestone, diamond, whatever you would call it, garter belt. So beautiful. Another magpie back here. Just absolutely stunning. The way she styled them all is what's so incredible to me because they look so good together. Like the styling fits the display together. Then we're going to go down and see a couple more Popovy. She's got a robin here. And I'll be perfectly honest, I think her robin is the prettiest robin that I've seen. I love her. She's really gorgeous. And then we've got one more. It's Peewit back. And then you may recognize her. Laura. She's fun to see too because Nothing Sapiens, they do such cool full sets. So it's nice to see other people's because they're all so different. But I just love their style. You guys know they're some of my favorites. And then also Let's Cinco's. And these were, her dolls were actually the ones that got me hooked on Cinco's the first time I saw her dolls when I was here. It's been about 2 years ago, back in 2023. But just really stunning, stunning pieces. This cabinet is just so gorgeous. I love everything in it. Now we are moving on to her Cindy collection, and these Cindy dolls she got recently, and the dolls themselves were in absolutely pristine condition. She was really excited to get those. Like this, you can see like the face paint is immaculate. The hair, they have the original elastics on the hair, which is really cool. They've been redressed, so she was telling me that the dresses, like this dress would actually have been on an earlier Cindy doll, and like this outfit with the blue trousers would have been on an earlier doll, but the dolls somehow were barely played with. They were changed, but it's like they were barely played with. And this is a Pippa doll, which is cool because I've never seen these before, or if I have, I certainly don't remember it, but they're really cute little fashion dolls. And look at the little shoes, like the tiny little bows on the shoes. I think that's really neat there. And then down below that, she has some stock Monster High. And I say stock because we're going to see some really cool customized Monster Highs in a minute. And I don't know the names of pretty much any of these, but I really like her. She's got kind of a little bit of a 80s vibe with her splattered paint jeans and her, I like her, like the kind of smirk on her face. So I think that's really cool. Really, really nice, like play line display. And then her ballerina Cindy's, which are all very pretty. And they had these, so in the US, I want to say it was Mark's Toys sold some of these. So in the US we might have had, you might remember some of these. And then these are more of her Cindy collection. And she's got the rare Mitzi there. And then you can see these are side part Cindy's, which are really cool. They're some of the more vintage Cindy dolls. I just think they're so fun to look at. In the States, we had Tammy. So Tammy was pretty much the same face as Cindy. And then in Brazil, they had Susie. So this is the face kind of loved around the world, honestly. This is the box that the Pippa, so that was actually Tammy, Pippa's friend. But this is the box she came with. Isn't that really cool? You can see they collected, the child who had this collected the stuff for the outfit. That's really, really cool. Here are the incredible, or part of the incredible custom Monster Highs she has. These are from Scariosities, and they're just so cool. They're punk fairies, and just amazing. Look at this one. She's my favorite. I like them all, but that one's my favorite with the cigarette. And just stunning. This artist reroots them all, carves the faces, makes everything for them, and I'll link their Instagram below, but it's just incredible. Like, look how cool they are. I just think, like, the work that goes into these is, people are so talented. I wish I had, you know, just an ounce of that sort of artistic talent. It's just incredible to see what they can do. And then we got some more Cindy's, and I love these. Some more ballerinas. I like these fun sort of 80s vibe Cindy dolls. And then an ice skater there in the back. And then some more. There's another Mitzi. And then some, these are center part I don't know if that's the technical term for them, but let's see. They're so gorgeous. I love the very mod style outfits that they have. Then there's an original Cindy and her little sister Patch, I think is her name. The side part. Patch, the equivalent in the US would be Pepper to Tammy. You can see I love, love, love. I have a small Cindy collection now because last time I came and visited here, I was really inspired by her Cindy dolls because I think they're really, really cool. So I have a small Cindy / Tammy collection because Tammy's much easier for us to get in the States. Here we have more custom Monster High. These are by Podley Dolls. And you can see these are gorgeous. These are kind of like dark fairies, kind of in line with her punk fairies from Scariosities. You can see they're so pretty. Podley Dolls does amazing, amazing work as well. They're so gorgeous. I just love that. I love everything. I was going to say, I love the outfits. I love everything. I love the painting of the faces, the fairy wings, the outfits, just the attention to detail in these dolls is so incredible. Like, just beautiful. Look at how her eyes, like in the camera, they just glisten. You see how lifelike the paint job is there. It's really amazing. And then we've got some more Cindy's. These are really pretty. They're like deluxe sort of Cindy dolls. Here, we've got a Miss Beautiful. I don't know if that's her technical name. And then these here. And then down here we've got a bunch of Patch dolls and a Vicky and some Cindy's. These are so cute. And then we've got some Ever After High down here. Maybe one Monster High, perhaps. Oh no, that's Ever After High too, according to the stand. That's one of the things I like about these dolls is they come with the stand. So I think that's a really cool thing. They're you know, technically the Playline dolls, but they are also very collectible for us collectors because they come with the stand. And I really like that about them. She has them displayed so nicely too with all their accessories, their bags in their hands. So I really like that. This is the box for the flower fairies. So you can see they normally, she was telling me they normally made trains, but they did this line of fairies, which is very cool. You can see they are a local here in England. Some more gorgeous Cindy's, and I love their outfits. And then here are the flower fairies. They're so cool. You can see they're like the size comparison to the Cindy dolls. And down here, more Cindy's and more flower fairies. She's got 6 flower fairies. And then I think this display is so cool. The Cindy band with the record or the jukebox, record machine, their guitars, and the singer there with her microphone. And then some more Monster High. Some little those little babies look like little babies that I see from Brazil. I don't know if that's Folfetes, maybe they're called. So these are called Baby William Matchbox Dolls, and it's because the little box is like a matchbox. You can see how it like slides in like a matchbox would. They're just little tiny dolls. Really cute. This doll is a gorgeous one-of-a-kind piece from a Ukrainian artist, I want to say she just showed me a Natalie Volo, I think. I'll link it below. But you can see she is stunning. I love her, like how delicate her fingers are sculpted and the jewelry that she has on. I love the gown. The gown is like really sumptuous and beautiful, and she's sitting up on this seat here. And like, look at her little shoes, how precious those are. They're really wonderful. And then look at that hand. So gorgeous. She is just so beautiful. And the wig is really gorgeous. She's done like a really nice job with the styling. I think it's probably Angora. So just another beautiful, beautiful art piece in her collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour as much as I enjoyed it. I certainly loved seeing all the unique art pieces that she had. Let me know in the comments below which doll is your favorite. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Bear Sunflower, Shorna R., Stephanie W., Shalane C., Louisa's Knickknacks, Marty G., Lynn P., Cindy L., Sabrina A., Kitten Cat, Diane B., and Debbie N. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, please see the description in the video below. Thank you.